right, this is nuts, okay? Demi, Debbie, Marlo, these are our guardian angels. Thank you so much for presenting me and my family with this incredible honor. Without these women and their unwavering support, our family wouldn't be standing here tonight. We all know it takes a village. In our case, it took an army of smart, loving, thoughtful, tough women to help keep our family functioning over the years. A lot of them are here tonight. Anne, Bea, Inez, Judy, Justine, Melrose, Nikki, Patty, and the best family coach imaginable, Kelly Ripa. Thank you all so much. And our immense gratitude goes to Family Equality for your tireless work over the years. So many people in this room are able to live their lives fully because of the work that you do. I grew up in a very loving family, and I feel incredibly fortunate that I have always been so supported by my family. Dad, I love you. Lara, Marjorie, and those of you who knew my mom, she was the best. I wish you were here. When I first realized I had feelings for guys, I was seriously worried. I was afraid that being gay meant I would never be able to have a family of my own. It's something that I always wanted, didn't know if I could. Let me take you back to the early 90s. There was no roadmap and not many really good role models for gay men having a family. So at first, I tried to convince myself that I was bisexual. And well, you could imagine how well that worked out. I didn't want to live a lie. I was gay, and I was happy to live my life openly. I just had no idea how I could do that and have a family. So I repressed the dream of having kids and went on with my life, loving everybody else's kids, until my great friend Davida sat me down and said, "Jason, you need to have children. Like, figure it out. You could figure it out." So for the first time, I let myself think about what it would really mean to have children, a family of my own. I wanted a partner and co-parent during a time when gay marriage was not legal, surrogacy was not legal in New York, and adoption by two gay men was really rare. And just like family equality, I refused to give up. Enter Merritt, the greatest person and the greatest catch of all time. Let's be honest. Everyone loves Merritt. And yes, Lizzie, more than me. Not long after we started living together, Merritt and I were talking with his first cousin, Ginny, who is right there. She was always supportive of our dream to have children, and she said something that changed our lives forever. "If you want to go on this journey, I would be happy to give you my eggs." We were blown away, so grateful to her and so excited. Yes, we knew the deck was stacked against us. We started working with an organization called Growing Generations. They helped us find, they're here too. They helped us find Shannon, an amazingly generous woman who lived in Ohio, was willing to carry a child for us and give birth in California, where we were living. When Shannon was around 7 months pregnant, we already had a legal plan, we had a travel plan, we had a hospital plan, we had a birth plan. We were ready. But then one night, Shannon told us she would rather give birth in Ohio, which understandable since she was carrying twins and we found out she needed a C-section. This meant all of our plans went out the window. So in comes our hero, Demi. She wanted to help us, and anyone who knows when she says help, she means move mountains. She understood how important it was to us that the babies were born in Los Angeles, where the laws were comparatively sane. Her first thought was to call Shannon. And I was like, maybe that's a little much. And all kidding aside, we all knew this was Shannon's decision to make, and we wanted her to feel safe and comfortable. But Demi works in mysterious ways, and she must have connected with a higher force, because that very evening, we got a message from Shannon saying that she had thought it through and was happy to travel to LA for the birth. We were ecstatic. We started making new travel plans until we hit another roadblock. all the airlines told us that Shannon was now officially too pregnant to travel. And then once again, Demi to the rescue. She checked with Bruce, and they very generously offered us their plane to travel Shannon safely to California. We told her that she was our guardian angel, and she replied in classic fashion, well, this should cover the baby shower and at least the first 20 birthdays. So Demi, let me just say here, with only 3 birthdays left, we will never be able to thank you enough. And then it gets crazier. Then, tipped off by Growing Generations, we found out we needed a surrogacy-friendly flight plan. That means that we had to have a doctor on the plane in case Shannon went into premature labor and we had to land at another airport. Who knew that when a woman gives birth on a plane or a different state other than attended, the state she is flying over or landing in determines who is actually the legal parent? So the flight went smoothly, and Shannon arrived in LA, thank God, and we waited for the big day. While we waited, we thought about the names. Now, for a couple of guys who had both spent a minute thinking about what to name their future children, you might think we had names picked out. And you'd be right. Jasper Woodrow, named for my mother and Merritt's grandfather, and Harry, named for Debbie Harry, a huge part of our journey to parenthood. And as she said, one of the kids' godmothers. And to anyone who knows me, knows that Debbie is the ultimate North Star, and to have her guide and be there for our children is incredible. And Debbie, they truly look up to you. But don't get too comfortable, because the next up in our family equality journey, the hospital. About 48 hours after Shannon arrived in LA, it was time to go to Cedars-Sinai for the birth. And surprise, even in California in 2007, only one of us was allowed in the delivery room. And it had to be the father, singular. It couldn't be 2 dads. So after the birth, we also found out we can't even bond with the baby. The baby had to be with the birth mother and not us. So how could we possibly choose? Bring in another guardian angel, Marlo Thomas. Marlo is another person who makes things happen in a really big way. And she got heated and she picked up the phone, and within minutes, the hospital relented and they changed their policy. And both Merritt and I were there to see Shannon give birth to Harry and Jasper, and then be with them after the birth. All 4 of us together, the first time as a family. I'm sharing this story to show you how much our family had to go through to have the same rights as a straight person with a family. And we know we are the lucky ones. We had the resources, our family support, and our generous, very, very connected friends. Today, it's legal to be married and for two gay men to adopt. Surrogacy is legal in almost every state, and organizations like Family Equality helped make this possible. But guess what? It could all be taken away tomorrow. And we can't let that happen. Merritt, Harry, Jasper, and I are so honored to be recognized by all of you tonight. And we promise to do everything we can for other families to have the same chance. We have come too far to turn back now, and hope you will stand with us in this fight for equal opportunity. Thank you.
Jason and I split up the invitations to tonight's event, and we sent them out and said we had no idea everybody was going to show up. So thank you. This is amazing. And it's also terrifying. I'm so out of my comfort zone right now, just so that you guys appreciate that. One reason I became a writer was so I wouldn't have to talk to large groups of people. And here I am. I did prepare. I watched George Stephanopoulos' online masterclass on how to be an effective communicator. I highly recommend it. Where is George, by the way? He's supposed to be here.
He's getting up at 3 a.m.
All right, well, Allie's here. And I even wrote down George's 4 C's of effective communication: clarity, concision, curiosity, and candor. Unfortunately, you'll be getting none of that from me tonight. Allie, please tell George that I hope I make him proud. And I'm sorry that I'm the reason if Masterclass doesn't invite him back. People don't hand me a microphone very often, so I do want to take this opportunity to say thank you to my husband of 9 years, my partner in life for 21, my co-parent of Harry and Jasper, the center of our universe for 17. Jason, you're the most remarkable human being I've ever known, and you teach me how to be a better partner, father, brother, son, friend, every day. And I have no idea why you've been slumming it with me for 17 years, 21 years. I am in awe of you. I do my best to keep up with you, and I love you. Thank you to Dara and Zach and the board members and everyone at Family Equality for this incredible honor and for working tirelessly on behalf of the LGBTQ community, especially those who live in areas where community can be hard to find. I want to echo Jason and thank Demi and Debbie and Marlo for that humbling introduction, and for always being there for us, for showing up at literally every major moment of our lives, usually to save the day. But I would also like to thank, personally, Demi for stepping in as mediator when I'm right, but Jason needs some convincing that he's being completely irrational. And you know that's true. And we've also learned what a strong, loving, thoughtful, patient parenting is through your example. Thank you, Debbie, for not only being Jason's first major crush. I was going to say obsession, but it sounded a little too stalkery. But ask him about his Debbie Harriet Blondie scrapbook that he made in 4th grade. But also for giving your name to Harry and being a strong, creative soul and mentor and godmother for Harry and Jasper. And to Marlo. We've always depended not only on your guidance, wisdom, experience, and joy for life, but also have learned from you and Phil's endless example of what a beautiful partnership looks like, acts like, and sounds like. You and Phil set the bar high, and we all strive every day to reach it. My family's here from all over. My sister from Michelle from Atlanta, my brother Jeff from LA, my cousin Elizabeth from New Orleans, and my stepmother Luann from Shreveport. Thank you for coming and for your unwavering love and support of our odd little Johnson Weinberg branch of the family tree, for not hesitating to support me when I came out, and embracing Jason from the first time you met him. Just before Dad lovingly asked over breakfast with my grandmother, "So how you like your new gay lifestyle?" He was very Southern. Dad, you are so loved and so missed. My cousin Jenny, who, as Jason said, is our egg donor, is here from Sarasota with 2 of her kids, Mary and Thomas, and they feel like ours as much as Harry and Jasper feel like theirs. Without Jenny's love and selflessness and generosity of spirit and grade A eggs, there's a bad Trump economy joke there, but I won't. Without Jenny, Jason and I would not be a family, but just another couple of gay dudes with 2 dogs, good furniture, and a mortgage. Not that there's anything wrong with that. It's a choice. Jenny, we can never truly express the depth of our gratitude to you for making our family possible. And thanks to all of you, friends, old and new, who flew, drove, subwayed, Ubered to be here to support our family and family equality. Even though some of you didn't seem entirely sure what they actually do, we're honored, humbled, overwhelmed at your outpouring of love and support and money, because that's what these nights are about, right? Okay, Allie, how do you think George would think I'm doing so far? Okay, good. Well, don't get too excited. I think I've blown clarity and concision, but I still have a chance at curiosity and candor, so I'll give it my best. When I finally accepted that I was going to have to speak tonight, and thinking about family equality and what I wanted to say, I kept coming back to this idea that families are hard. Families are hard under the best circumstances. Marriage is hard. Parenting is really, really hard. And especially now in this increasingly polarized political and social climate, with an administration that's brazenly hostile toward LGBTQ people and families. Just look at Project 2025, what I like to call their manifesto of hate, to understand their intent to deny us our rights and erase our voices. Because MAGA and Christian nationalists have decided we don't deserve to exist in their America. At best, we need to learn our place as second-class citizens. As Jason alluded to earlier, 5 states have either introduced or passed legislation to send marriage equality back to the Supreme Court: Michigan, Idaho, Montana, North Dakota, and South Dakota, in case you're planning where not to go on summer vacation. And 4 additional states, Missouri, Oklahoma, Tennessee, and Texas, have introduced bills that would create a category of legal marriage, and this creeps me out, called covenant marriage, which can only take place between a man and a woman, and requires premarital counseling and restrictions on divorce. Welcome to Gilead, people. Handmaid's Tale is real. But Jason and I are fortunate. We have access. We have resources. We're lucky to live in a pro-LGBTQ city, in a mostly pro-LGBTQ state, surrounded by a loving, supportive community, friends and family who frankly don't give a damn who we marry or how we identify, as long as we're good men who have good hearts and treat others well and are happy. We have a safety net. Ultimately, no matter how shitty it gets, Jason and Harry and Jasper and me will be okay. But what about the 4th grader in Corbin, Kentucky, a state with no protections against LGBTQ discrimination or hate crimes, bullied because he has 2 moms? Where's his community? What's his safety net? Or the lesbian couple in Pierre, Idaho, who, if Trump's Supreme Court overturns marriage equality, will lose all their benefits: financial, medical, property, and inheritance rights, all the benefits that hetero couples not only take for granted, but demand. Or the couple in Moore, Oklahoma, denied adoption because they're 2 gay men. Some would rather a child remain institutionalized than be adopted by loving gay parents. Or the transgender girl in Provo, Utah, or any of the 40% of transgender youth who live in any of the 26 states that have banned gender-affirming care. I'm going to repeat that. 40% of transgender youth live in one of 26 states that have banned gender-affirming care. I won't list them. You can probably guess most of them. We can turn it into a drinking game. But that's why family equality and the work they do is so important. By providing access to peer support, safe spaces of protection, healthcare providers, lawyers and legal assistants, and other professionals who support LGBTQ families, they advance equality through active policy change, advocacy, and community engagement. They provide access and support to diverse families in places where they don't have access, don't have protections, don't have resources. They do the right thing, they fill the gap, they provide community for those without it. So if it wasn't clear before, family equality is their safety net. That's what they do. It's why Jason and I have become such passionate supporters of family equality and their mission. It's why we're here tonight. It's why I forced myself out of my comfort zone and tortured you all for 8 minutes of your life you'll never get back. And now in closing, for your listening pleasure, I'm going to perform the iconic tune Everything's Coming Up Roses from Tony-nominated musical Revival of Gypsy. Just kidding, George would never do that. So thank you for coming. Thank you for listening. Thank you for doing the right thing. Thank you for supporting family equality. And check out George's masterclass.